Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the sun sign in Cancer and a Taurus Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, having this combination can be very introverted. Both signs are feminine, meaning that they're introverted signs. This person can be somewhat of a homebody. I have this combination, so I know a little something about it, I would say. This is a type I feel that can become very despondent if they let somebody down, whether it's other people or whether it may be themselves. This can be a nature that is very tenacious and persistent, and somebody that can cling to things, matters in general, very strongly, or tasks at hand. And this is the kind of person I see that consummates projects and finishes them through thick and thin, and perseveres regardless of what obstacles or obstructions may be in the way. Now, we look at this. The sun sign represents our basic wants, and the rising sign or ascendant can show the manner or method in which one attains those basic wants. So a Cancer sun basic wants may be connected with emotional security, home and family, and being able to nurture. And somebody that has the Taurus Ascendant, well, this could be somebody that goes about being able to attain these Cancerian basic wants, perhaps in a very persistent, methodical, deliberate and plotting nature, not really doing anything in that much of a hurry, and doing things in a very prudent manner and very cautious manner as well. And it could be these people may attain these basic wants through a Taurus, like perhaps profession or career. It could be something, for example, such as stockbroking, something in banking, in finance, something where the person shows their astuteness in something monetary. It could be somebody like an investor, or somebody that does that works very hard and laboriously, regardless of profession, in order to attain these, as you could say, these Cancerian basic wants. And a lot of this, when I look at this, as far as having this combination, a lot of it can depend on the aspects, or I should say the aspect between the Sun in Cancer and the Taurus Ascendant. Now, in many cases, the person will have a sextile aspect, which is positive and auspicious. For example, let's say somebody has the Sun in Cancer at 17 degrees and their Taurus rising or ascendant at 15 degrees. And this would give even though they're compatible by sign to begin with, this can give an even a greater, a stronger positive integration of these two energies. Now, somebody can also have a SemiSextile, which is not as intensified as far as a positive aspect. It is a positive aspect, but it is a minor one, so it's not as intense as the sextile aspect, but still can be auspicious. And an example of a semisextile aspect between the Sun in Cancer and Taurus Ascendant could be the Cancer Sun, say, at 0 degrees, and a Taurus Ascendant at 29 degrees. And this could have some good integration, but not as strong as the sextile aspect. Now, also, you can have an out-of-sign square aspect take place between the Sun in Cancer and the Taurus Ascendant. For example, let's say somebody has the Sun in Cancer at 29 degrees and they have the Taurus Ascendant at 1 degree. Now, this could be that the aspect is adversarial, it's adverse. It could indicate some inner exasperation and tension, and because this person, even if they're not cognizant of these astrological placements, they may feel that what they're projecting outwardly can be different than what they are on the inside, so to speak. And it can be a thing where this person might feel a little bit misconstrued or misunderstood by others due to this fact. Now, also, a semi-sextile aspect can take place. I'm sorry, a semi-square aspect can take place. Now, I use my chart as an example. I have a semi-sextile, a semi-square aspect between my Sun in Cancer and Taurus Ascendant. My Sun in Cancer is at 9 degrees. My Taurus Ascendant is at 22 degrees. So that makes a semi-square aspect in this, I call it slightly adverse because it is a minor aspect, but it is still adverse nonetheless. Now, even though these signs are compatible by sign, by aspect in this case, and I have felt at times that feeling of being misconstrued or misunderstood by other people, but obviously not as intense as opposed to the out of sign square aspect. And I do feel I go through a little inner exasperation and tension because of this. Now, also it's important to look at the house where the Sun in Cancer resides. Now, in many cases, the person that has the Sun in Cancer in a Taurus Ascendant will have their Sun in Cancer in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th house. Now, if it's posited in the 2nd house, this could even accentuate a little more of a Taurus flavoring than the typical Cancer Sun Taurus rising combination. And this could indicate that this person might show their sensitivity, their nurturing attitude toward their money, toward their possessions, and show a little that Cancer clinging and tenacity connected with that. Now, let's say that the Sun in Cancer is in the 3rd house. Well, this could give a little bit of a little Gemini type flavoring to it and make the person a little bit more communicative, a little bit more outgoing, perhaps than the typical Cancer Sun Taurus Ascendant combination. My sun sign is in the 2nd house, but it conjuncts my 3rd, so I think I have a little bit of that sun in the. It's very similar to having the Sun in the 3rd house. So I also have my Moon in Gemini, so I think that plays a role where maybe I'm a little bit more outgoing than the typical Sun in Cancer Taurus Ascendant combination. And let's say that the person has the Sun in Cancer in their 4th house. Well, this could really accentuate the Cancer energy a little bit more so than the typical person with Cancer Sun and Taurus Ascendant, because the 4th house does correspond with the zodiac sign Cancer, and the person might show their nurturing, sympathetic, tenacious qualities, the protective qualities in their home life, and this could come out in their home life even though the person in this case has a different ascendant as opposed to the Sun sign. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Cancer in a Taurus Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Cancer in a Gemini Ascendant in a natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.